What is up, guys? It's your boys, the Disc Bros, back at it again with another podcast. And today we are going to be discussing some amazing things today.
Yes. So some topics that we're gonna burst today will be March Madness. We're gonna go over Sweet 16 and talk about how that affects any picks going into the Final 8. We're going to be talking about the new legendary card in Clash Royale that's going to be coming up. So stay tuned for that.
We're also going to be talking about baseball opening day, which is coming up very quickly, and our favorite baseball teams. And Nate's going to tell us the last thing we're going to talk about. It's about food.
Yes, we're going to talk about our favorite foods.
And one special bonus thing, we're going to talk about how to find a good Frisbee golf park.
Also, some putting strategies for those who might not be too amazing at putting, like we obviously all are.
We're going to start off right now talking about March Madness and the Sweet 16. So, last night and on Thursday, there were some amazing games. St. Peter's beat Purdue, which, for me personally, I did not like that. Also last night, Nate's Iowa State Cyclones lost to Miami. Nate, do you have anything to say about that?
I really wanted Iowa State to go all the way, but I don't know. I guess the Cyclones were defeated by the Hurricanes.
Some other big upsets from this weekend. Gonzaga actually lost to Arkansas. Arkansas, a team that I really did not think was going to do well, actually was pretty successful and is going to the final Elite Eight. Also last night, Thursday night, another big upset. Houston beats Arizona. Another huge upset. Another early exit for those 1-seed teams. Currently, there is only one left, and it is the Kansas Jayhawks, who will be playing Miami. So the big question going into that game is, will Kansas prepare for Miami, or will they, take them lightly? They're going to be playing tomorrow at 1:20 p.m. In your time zone. So check that out if you want to. But let's talk about how this affects the Elite Eight. So, record-breaking, St. Peter's actually beat Purdue 67-64. Some could say the refs, were not on Purdue's side. But St. Peter's, it was an amazing game. St. Peter's got the upper hand.
Yeah, also, St. Peter's is the first 15 seed to ever make the Elite Eight, all of March Madness.
And it's going to be pretty exciting to see where they're coming from, because also last night, North Carolina beat UCLA, a team that many people thought were going to go and win the whole thing because of how good they were last year and how they had a lot of returning players coming back. Unfortunately, they lost to UNC, so let's see how St. Peter's reacts. Another thing, too, is don't underestimate North Carolina, because their seeding may, differentiate between is not really how they play. They don't play like an 8 seed. They play like a 1 seed. Round of 32, they beat Baylor, and it's just been uphill since there. They've had two big upsets, and we'll see how that's going in St. Peter's, North Carolina. It's going to be a fun game to watch. And another game that's going to be fun to watch is going to be Houston-Villanova. Houston is a team that I really did not think was going to go far. I thought they were going to lose to Illinois. But Houston really showed Illinois up, and we'll see how they do against Villanova. They also beat Arizona, so coming off that big upset, they got a lot of momentum coming on their side. We'll see how that plays in to them. And then finally, Miami. I mean, wow, what a ride to get here. They had to beat USC round of 64. They had to beat Auburn in the round of 32, which they did handily. Props to them. And then Sweet 16, they had to face a good Iowa State team that went farther than I thought they would. And they just outperformed. But yeah, so let's go to Landon with the Clash Royale news.
So, As some of you may know, there is a new card coming to Clash Royale. It's going to be a legendary. Because at the very beginning of the season, or possibly the very beginning of this year, they put something out in Hog Mountain, I believe, and it said coming soon, and it was a legendary card. But mysteriously, like a couple weeks later, they just took it away. And so we all assume it's coming, but like we don't know when. And we all have our different speculations on what it could be. Personally, mine, I'm thinking it's the Headhunter. For those of you who don't know what the Headhunter is, it's a card from Clash of Clans that specifically attacks heroes and does bonus damage to them and throws poisons, basically. And so it does extra damage to heroes, and with the new introduction of champions into Clash Royale, I think this could possibly be something that would help stop the champions more. And so that is my guess. So the Headhunter would probably cost something like 3 or 4 elixir, wouldn't have too much health, and it would be a little bit like a wizard, but it would throw poison, and it probably wouldn't do too much splash damage. And with another speculation on what the card might be, here's Nate talking about the Elixir Spirit.
Yes, the Elixir Spirit. It will cost 0 elixir, but when you place it, it'll go in and it'll attack. It'll do some sort of damage. But more importantly, when it dies, it'll give you 2 elixir back. I think that could be a really big game changer for like cycle decks and stuff.
And then my speculation here would be the Eagle Artillery. So the Eagle Artillery is a building from Clash of Clans. Although it may be a stretch, I think a legendary building should be coming soon. We've already had a legendary spell at the graveyard and a lot of legendary troops. The Eagle Artillery would have, in Clash Royale, or in Clash of Clans, the Eagle Artillery has the, it's a very, good building, but it has the drawback of only attacking when a certain housing space is placed. I'm not certain on the housing space right now, but we'll get back to you soon on that one. So I'm thinking probably 5 or 6 elixir for the Eagle Artillery. It would stay dormant, right, what it does, until a certain amount of elixir is reached on the field for your opponent. I'm thinking like 7 or 8. And then it would deal, massive damage. It would take a long time to shoot. Probably something like mortar, mortar shots, for how long it takes to reload and shoot at that. Probably not, the distance of a mortar, because I feel like that would be too broken. But more of a defensive building. For you to defend something like a P.E.K.K.A. or, like we talked about yesterday, something like a Lumberloon, defend that easier. And give, better ability to defend, maybe not counter push, but defend to push well. But then, again, the downside would be if there is not enough elixir at play on the opponent's side of the field. It would stay dormant, maybe be useless. Rocket would take it out, something like that. Fireball, maybe. But yeah, it would be a game changer on the defensive side. More of a, slow kind of beatdown-esque type of deck would be fitting for this.
All right, what we're going to be talking about next is, well, we're all really into baseball, and so we're going to tell you our favorite teams and how we think they're going to do this year. So my favorite team is the San Francisco Giants, has been for a really long time, and after the career 107 wins last year, they're just going to come back and be just as good this season, it's looking like. Even though they no longer have Buster Posey, they still have many, many good players, such as Brandon Belt and Evan Longoria, and even their pitching ace, Logan Webb. So, yeah, they've really got it this year, and I'm thinking they're going to do really well, especially in opening day. I'm thinking they're going to smash that other team that they're playing on opening day. And so, yeah, let's go to Nate with what he has to say about his favorite team.
Yep, my favorite team is Chicago White Sox. We had a pretty good season last year, kind of better than I expected. But we didn't go all the way. But I think we do have a pretty good shot of going all the way this year. We did lose Carlos Rodon. He left. I think he went to the Giants, actually. So that's tough. But still, we have really good pitching. Literally, like, every fielder in our lineup is great. We have Jose Abreu, Tim Anderson, Yohan Moncada. Tons of great players. I think we can make a run. But I do think my prediction for the World Series is the Atlanta Braves. They won it last year, and now with Ronald Acuna returning, I think they got Matt Olson now at first base. I think they are going to win the World Series. All right, let's see what Adam has to say.
So I'm a big Red Sox fan. Down up there in Boston, go Sox. Not White Sox though. But I'm thinking they're gonna have a good year. They did not really do that good last year, 92-70. That's above 500, but that's not where we want to be. Third place in their division. Almost, I think they were only beating the Orioles. So, that's somewhere we need to improve. I feel like they're not really going to do good this year. They have a lot of older people. So, maybe going into a rebuild season, trying to get people up from the minor leagues. One of my favorite players is Jonathan.
Okay, I'm taking over now. I think they might have to rebuild. Maybe trade some core pieces like Xander Bogaerts and Chris Sale. But they have some really good up-and-coming players like Jarren Duran. So maybe not this year, but they definitely have a decent future, I think.
All right. I'm back here now. We're going to talk about how to find the best Frisbee golf course. And so there's a lot of factors to consider. Location is a big thing. How many obstacles are going to be in the way, if they have a river or not. That's some things that you want to consider because depending on how good you are, how bad you are, how you want to play. Do you want like a flat open space to kind of work on your targeting, or do you want more of a dense area to work kind of on your maneuvering the disc and being able to manipulate that disc to go around certain things? And so I would say the best way for a beginner, go to not just a place that has like nothing that's barren. You're going to want a place with some obstacles because it's important to be able to maneuver the disc, but you don't want to get stuck up on a hole and just have that ruin your Frisbee golf experience. So for beginners, I would suggest something like an open. There's some open holes, but there's some holes that are there's some like trees around, maybe even a creek, that teach you how to throw the disc. Put the with the skills that we taught you in our videos and using our rankings from our last podcast to kind of determine how to get that out of the disc, or maybe not even throw it in the disc, trying to make sure to maneuver that disc. Help with the maneuverability even more. And then I would say we'll hand it off to Landon to say what he thinks about those.
So as Adam was saying, if you're a beginner, you want something a little open but not too open, because if it's just super open, then there's just no challenge, and you're just gonna be like, oh, this is super boring. Why did I ever choose Frisbee golf? So you gotta have some obstacles, so you don't get bored out of your mind tossing frisbees. You wanna maximize your potential. You want to make your skill get better, and you're never gonna get better if all the holes are the same and you just throw it straight and that's it. So I suggest trying somewhere where the wind is sometimes pretty high. So that you'll have to use what we call, the Disc Bros, caddy grass. You grab some grass and drop it to see which way the wind is blowing. So you'll use that to tell how you should throw your disc. And so that will help beginners maximize their potential. And those are our tips for beginners. And next podcast, we'll talk about intermediate and advanced stuff. All right, but now off to Nate to talk about some other stuff.
Yeah, so I'm going to talk about some of our new ideas. So when it gets warm, we're going to have some great videos for you guys. We are going to be doing some matches with us playing against each other, see who can get the best scores. And also maybe some guides, how we like make our throws and stuff. But yes, now we're going to talk about some Adam's got to talk about some stuff.
So also, maybe we're gonna have that serious stuff, but then also we want to give you, back to our roots of, our comedy stuff that we've done. We've for our getting the stuff out of the water. Maybe move on from some of that, but also expand. So maybe we do something like a stereotypes video about like different types of disc golf players. I think that could be pretty funny. Or like, as Nate said, a guide, but this time, we can make like an actual guide, and then we make like a joke guide to kind of get you to laugh along with us, in your journey as a disc golf player. And so finally, as our last segment of this podcast, we're gonna end it off with the debate. What fast food restaurant is the best? For me, I'll start it off. Good old Culver's. Now, some people may say Culver's is not that fast food, right? They're going to take a longer time. But yes, they get your food out fast. And especially those concrete mixers, right? It's not, it's not as fast as McDonald's, Taco Bell, Burger King, stuff like that. It's going to take a little bit longer, but it's fast in a sit-down restaurant. It's good food. They've got amazing ice cream there, and the cheese curds are just amazing. They're so good. Now here's Nate's with his.
I think, no question about it, it is Wendy's. Wendy's has a great variety. They have really good chicken sandwiches. They have spicy chicken sandwiches. Super amazing. They have burgers. They have the square patties. So that's kind of a difference. Their fries, I think, are absolutely amazing. Adam didn't mention this, but Culver's fries are absolutely terrible. They have no flavor. They're the worst fries I've ever had. Wendy's fries are great. And you talk about the concrete mixers. Wendy's does not have the same variety, but you get a Frosty, chocolate Frosty, awesome. So let's see what's Landon's favorite fast food place.
So Nate was talking about some chicken there, and as my restaurant being the best chicken-made place in the entire world, Chick-Fil-A has superior chicken to Wendy's. It tastes so much better. The nuggets, the sandwiches, the chicken wraps even taste better. And they have a wide variety of sweets that you can drink and eat, such as their cookies, their ice cream, and their wide variety of shakes. And so I think without a question, Chick-fil-A is definitely the best out of all of these. Now over to Adam to see what he has to say.
Now, Nate, you brought up that the fries are not super good at Culver's. I would like to rebuttal to that is the fries at Culver's, I can agree with you. They're not, as good as fries at Wendy's, but that's why they have cheese curds. The cheese curds are absolutely amazing. They make up for the fries in so many ways. They use the amazing Wisconsin cheese. They put it in the cheese curd, and it is just amazing. Put it with some ketchup, or not even, with anything. Like, with Wendy's fries, you always have to have the condiment to eat them with, or else they're not good. Whereas with cheese curds, you can literally eat them any way, and they will still be amazing. That gooey cheese on the inside is just the perfect mixture for any burger or concrete mixer that you're going to get.
Well, if we're talking about sauces and fries, I think Chick-fil-A has those locked down because of the ever amazing Chick-fil-A sauce and waffle fries. You just eat those together or eat them separately. I could drink Chick-fil-A sauce. It tastes so good, okay? And waffle fries, they're just the best around, man. I don't know if you could ever get anything better than that. Let's see what Nate has to say about this.
Well, that Chick-fil-A sauce is hella overrated and super mid. Chick-fil-A is just the most overrated place. I don't know why everyone thinks it's so good, but Wendy's is just way better. And it's also way faster and more affordable. I think Chick-fil-A prices are a bit higher than at Wendy's. So I think that's also a important factor. But yeah, Wendy's and Chick-fil-A suck. So let's go to the next person.
So, as you said, Chick-fil-A prices are high. I can I can agree with that. Breaking news. Sorry I have to interrupt. Nate meant to say Culver's and Chick-fil-A suck, not Wendy's. Nate's still on the Wendy's side for you Wendy's fans out there. So don't get disappointed in your fan. All right. But anyway, going on this, yes, Chick-fil-A prices are overrated. Are super high. Chick-fil-A is overrated. I can agree with you on that. But going, I'm gonna be, a little bit of devil's advocate here. They're high because they're quality. Chick-fil-A's food is quality. It's so much more quality than Wendy's, right? They say fresh, never frozen beef. It may be true, but I'm telling you, the Big Mac at McDonald's tastes much better than a quarter pounder at Wendy's. And you know what tastes even better than a Big Mac? A burger and a butter burger deluxe with a concrete mixer at Culver's with a side of cheese curds.
Yeah, well, it's kind of funny how you were saying that Chick-fil-A sauce and Chick-fil-A is overrated, seeing that you've never actually eaten there. That's kind of funny. What do you have to say about that one, Nate?
I have my sources for that. I just haven't been able to eat there. They cook their food in peanut oil.
Name a source.
My brother eats there all the time, and he says it sucks. So he doesn't eat there anymore because it's super mid.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. So, Adam seems like he actually has something to say about this.
Yeah, I would say that Chick-fil-A is not mid. I would say Wendy's is mid. Wendy's is so mid. It's like if you went to a it's what you expect from a fast food restaurant. Something that's fast, something that's affordable, something that's that's not that good, but it's convenient, right? Whereas for Chick-fil-A and Culver's, right, it's some good food. It is, it may be a little bit overpriced, but it's still amazing food. It's amazing quality, and it's an amazing service that they provide. Anything to say to that, Nate?
Well, you know what? I think this isn't going anywhere. We're entrenched in our beliefs. So I think you guys should go and comment on our latest video what you guys think the best food is.
But I think we can all agree on one thing. Burger King tastes awful.
Yes,
okay?
we can all agree on that. Burger King sucks.
Yeah, and with that, I think we're going to end. This is Landon.
Adios.
And Adam.
And Nate.
Signing off for now. See you on our next podcast or video.